This is the void, an empty space beneath the world where blocks cannot be placed. Or maybe not. To explain this, let's go back in time. 3, 2, 1, go. It all started when I joined this 2 versus 2 base building competition where Rev Marty was my teammate. However, for some reason we got the idea to build our base under the bedrock. But first, we had to gear up.
We have 2 weeks for this whole thing, so we should be sleeping at full speed.
We gathered stone, iron, we almost died, but then... Hello, what are you doing here?
Hello?
We wandered here. We were a bit stuck, and it seems you are too. I guess you also want to finish the game. How about we do it together? Sounds good to you? So we continued our journey. We traded with the piglins, killed blazes, and then found the portal. But then we realized the team that gets the dragon egg can gain a huge advantage, as there is only one of this item, so it can score a lot of points on the build. So, okay, while we were killing the dragon, one thing was on my mind, but I wasn't alone. When the dragon received the final blows, I noticed that Domenico had built a tower for the egg to spawn on top of it. As a last attempt, I tried to knock out the ground below, hoping it would end up here, but it was too late, dragon egg. However, if we really manage to build a base under the bedrock, then we still have a good chance. Hello? Hi, Marcy.
Hello?
You haven't been around for a while, so in the past 1.5 days, I've been working a bit. I went to the end city and built a house up here. If you come here, you'll find the villagers. It was a lot of work with them because the village is far away, and if you look in the chest, I got you a totem and a pickaxe.
Okay, thanks.
Now that we have everything, we just need to figure out how we are going to build a spaceship under the bedrock, because yes, we are building a spaceship. When this idea came to mind, I thought I surely wasn't alone, and I was right. However, Star, in these videos, they are not actually building a house in the void, but rather dropping scarf circles that serve as a platform. But that's about it. After watching my video, I felt a bit deceived, so I spent the past few days trying to come up with a better method. Unfortunately, I didn't find it, so I stuck with this. Just kidding, of course I found it. Marcy and I realized that the video isn't about building a base below level -64, but below the bedrock. That's why if we could somehow raise the bedrock level in a certain area, we could build underneath it, and if we do it well enough, the jury won't notice at the end of the competition. The only problem is that I would need to break and place a lot of bedrock, which isn't exactly easy. But let's just say I have a plan for that too. Now I'll continue digging because the spaceship will come here. The situation is that I've been working on this for a very long time, but I'm simply not making progress. Fortunately, a few hours ago I sent Marcy for TNT, and supposedly he even built a creeper farm, so I hope he returns with a lot of TNT. Should I put water at the bottom?
No need, I'm descending.
Well, you're not doing it quickly.
Really not.
Wow, there's a lot of sand. So let's figure out how to place it.
I'm thinking that...
Maybe we should lay it down in lines like this, right?
Should I lay them down in 3s like this?
That's good. I think we should fly out.
Okay. No, but don't blow it up, so I'm here then.
Okay, I'll cut this here.
And it's all done. Well, it took a very, very, very long time, but one level is done, so there are still many more like this. The next few days were quite monotonous. We went to the creeper farm.
We brought sand. Then we detonated.
Well, and by the way, this level was also made on credit. And by the way, there are these little mines here, so they help. We need to blast less here. But now 2 levels of TNT have been detonated and we are moving on. Okay, I think we can start this.
And here is the last TNT that we are going to detonate, so...
The next step is breaking the bedrock. I tried many bedrock breaking machines, but in the end, Desu worked the best. The only problem is that we will need a lot of slime and pistons. Fortunately, Marcy had an idea for getting slime, but before that, to make better use of my time, I will build an iron farm, as we will need a lot of iron for the pistons.
So, shall we do the idea I suggested? I think it's much better than building a slime farm.
Well, that's for sure. What did you say?
First, let's gather a bunch of snow, build some snow golems, make a potion that when thrown on mobs, spawn slime in place of the killed mobs, and then there will be much more slime, from which we can make even more potions, from which there will be even more slime, from which even...
So, the lengthy gathering of materials could begin. We killed snow golems and collected wood and stone to have pistons. I couldn't tell you how many hours we did this, but eventually we gathered the materials for one machine. This is good news, as we can start building.
I'm not lying when I say this is the most complicated thing I've ever built in Minecraft, and actually the most annoying too. What did I do? No, something moved.
However, fortunately, it was completed, at least a part of it, because the machine needs pistons everywhere to break the bedrock, meaning it only goes where there is a piston, so this entire area needs to be covered with pistons.
Alright, let's get started.
By the way, I turned on a mod that shows me where to place the pistons, and with this mod I can also place them in the air. So for anyone who thinks this is cheating,
Sorry, but actually you weren't even prepared yet for how we are going to get bedrock, and now it's all done. By the way, it didn't take as much time as I expected. Now I just hope the machine will work.
Then will you start it?
Alright then. 3, 2.
however, I'll spare you my computer storage and even myself from the rest of the bedrock removal, because Marcy will do it for me. But I won't be bored either, as I'll go and get the bedrock. For this I just need to start this snapshot and then kill the dragon. And here I am, so now I'll gear up. And I found some iron. There's iron there too. The place is full of iron. Oh, here's a diamond. Unfortunately, it caught fire, but I got the first one. However, before I go down to the stronghold, I need to get end crystals. I already have some glass, so I just need to get a gas tier. I've never been good at this. I don't know how Rolex does it. And here is the gas tier, so I'll make the end crystals and head to the end. Whew, okay. Got it. So, to obtain the bedrock, I just need to respawn the dragon, but before it revives, I have to destroy the last end crystal.
Oh, never mind. I'll go back and there is the bedrock. However, this is just one bedrock, so I have to repeat this process millions of times. Just kidding. That's what duplication was invented for. To be able to duplicate, I first have to switch to version 1.12. Here, I need to obtain 4 items. An item frame, a piston, a shulker box, and the hardest one to get.
Yes, a button. So then I can start duplicating. For this, I need to build this incredibly complex structure, and theoretically, if I break the item frame exactly when the piston retracts, I will have 2 bedrocks. Well, it didn't work the first time. Not this time either.
Not this time either, but now yes.
And now, if I put these 2 bedrocks into a shulker box and duplicate the shulker box, then I have 4 bedrocks. And then I just need to repeat this process a few hundred times. And there you have it. A full shulker with bedrock. And here is a full double chest filled with shulkers, which are filled with bedrock. And another one. Here's the third one, actually. Very good. And finally the 4th and the 5th. Oh, and the 6th. And luckily only 6 are needed. Now I just have to take these crates to the nether and replace the nether files on the server. And the bedrocks are already in the world. So let's see how Marcy is doing with breaking the bedrocks. I have the bedrock. I see you've made a lot of progress.
Yeah, I've been doing this for 2 days.
How many levels have you removed already?
So far, 2, and this will be the 3rd, but unfortunately the area will end up being a bit smaller than we planned.
Oh, it didn't fit, did it? Oh, really? I didn't think of that. By the way, tomorrow is the last day, so I don't even know how we're going to finish the spaceship. We should start as soon as possible.
Let's remove the bedrock and we can start.
Oh no, it still counted how much is left if I look around.
He says we're already past halfway, right?
Well, about, but still, well, I'm not sure. I can't believe it, but we're done.
Ready?
3, 2, let's see what happens. Good, the machine started. Oh, here's the moon. Wow.
And it's done.
the spaceship construction can begin. However, the thing is, I have to tell you something. This competition started exactly 2 weeks ago, meaning the jury would come today. So I asked the other team if they were ready, and they said they hadn't been on the server for the past week, so we agreed that we would get an extra 5 days to finish our bases. So let's really start building the spaceship.
However, we will need a lot of materials for this, so let's get started. We mainly collected quartz to make diorite, from which we can make andesite, but we also collected concrete, terracotta and sea lanterns. And although we did this for 3 days, everything is gathered, so let's start building. And the spaceship is ready, but it is not furnished yet. Well, building the interior took nearly twice as long as the spaceship itself, but it's done, so now there are only 2 steps left in the project. We need to hide that this isn't actually the void and place the bedrock, but we can only start this tomorrow, which will be the last day of the competition. Alright, first we need to hide that we're actually above the bedrock level. So we have to build around this entire spaceship with black concrete. So I'm gathering gravel, sand and ink sacks. Now we just need to make real concrete from it. Unfortunately, getting this concrete took a lot of time, but we can start building the wall. Well, we finished relatively quickly, which means we will probably complete the project on time, but this will only happen if we start placing the bedrock right now. Shall we begin?
Let's start.
The situation is that I've never made a video like this before. The size of these projects are past all my other Minecraft constructions. Nevertheless, I will miss the past 2.5 weeks because I've gotten a bit used to digging, blasting or building every day. So whether we win or not, it was worth being part of this competition. And we're done with the whole thing. I never thought I would say this, but the entire spaceship is completed under the bedrock. As it turned out, I miscalculated and we only needed about 1/20th of the bedrock, but never mind. So 34 minutes before the end of the competition, we successfully finished the entire project. Now let's bring in the jury. So now Gabizu will look at both bases and decide which one is better in the end. Let's first look at Domenico and Arpi's base.
Even when the server started, we went to the end. We killed the dragon together, fought for the egg too, but in the end it became ours, so that's why our base looks like this, because it's quite an important thing. There's only one of it, so we had to incorporate it.
Aha, it looks interesting from the inside, by the way. Wow, I actually like that. The 2 beds are symmetrically placed on each side. That's nice.
Here's the spare room. And the most important part, which is above.
This is made symmetrically.
And there it is.
Ooh, well, this is a big idea. I didn't expect this dragon egg here for some reason, but I like it. I feel a bit like I'm on a spaceship.
The situation is that this base was so good that I became a bit uncertain about whether we will win this competition. However, there's only one way to find out, so let's take a look at our base as well.
It is for now. Well,
Ours was better though.
who knows what it hides? I can't even see the end. Will we survive this?
Well, it will be revealed.
I see bedrock nearby for now.
You can actually fly around here. This is entirely bedrock.
Yes, this is the bedrock here. Everything was blown up here. Aha, there's a base here too. Let's jump down.
Aha.
What's up? What is this? Now, wait, I don't understand this, but did you do both passes in survival mode?
Yes.
Yes.
But then how is this? Okay, just show me around.
Here is an aquarium with fish, or there would be fish if they hadn't died from something. And here is the live quick one. If you come down here, there are 2 office-like areas on either side, and here is a dining area.
And the chests?
There aren't really any chests, but
I see this. Well, I have to say both bases were good. The first base is the RP Domenico. In your base, I liked the story and the interior, and I think the design was very unique. And I especially liked that there were enough chests, so you could even live there. However, you forgot this in the spaceship, which is a big minus point, because how do you live there? But the creativity was stronger there, because I didn't expect there to be such a base under the bedrock. So these 2 aspects clash with each other, because one of you is better in one, the other in the other. However, if I consider which was harder to come up with and create, then I might have in my mind which base is better, and that base is none other than Heroes.
Well, I don't even know when I last ended a video with us winning. So overall, I can only say good things about these nearly 3 weeks. And if you like this video, please subscribe so you don't miss the next one. Hopefully, you won't have to wait more than half a year for it.